Welcome to the Child Development Center Town Hall. My name is Marcia Cajigas and I'm the director of the Child Development Center. The Child Development Center is a quality early education program for young children 3 to 5 years of age, including a full-day kindergarten. Although we continue to follow the safer at home orders due to COVID-19, the Child Development Center faculty has converted from physically attending an early education program to participating in an early childhood distance learning program. We remain committed to keeping children safe, even in these times. And we remain compliant with the laws, policies, and procedures that dictate our program. We have taken distance learning to a new level into the early childhood education classroom, something I never thought I'd see in my career. And I am proud of the work that faculty and staff have created in supporting young children and families in this early childhood distance learning curriculum. We have created a distance learning curriculum for our youngest learners and their families. Yes, their families. When enrolling your child, it is the expectation that family, with the support from staff, will support children's learning. You are your child's first teachers, and you are needed to participate, guide, and support your child in the learning process. The faculty and staff at East LA College will continue to support and guide you in the process as well. We are all in this together. The Child Development Center also supports, mentors, and guides students within the Los Angeles Community College District. Child development majors are offered opportunities in our program to gain knowledge and experience working with young children. So welcome to our program. Welcome to our presentation. Welcome to East LA College Child Development Center. My name is Marcia Cajigas and I'm the director of the program.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline Zavala and I'm the vice director of the program. Welcome, bienvenidos.
Hello, my name is Maria Gutierrez and I will be assisting you with the Safe Preschool part of the program, certification and eligibility. Welcome.
Nancy Duran, I'm the Child Development Center teacher for the toddler program. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Deborah Glickman and I am the 3-year-old teacher and we are the Orange family.
Hi, my name is Maya Gallegos. I am the Green family teacher with 3 and 4-year-olds.
Hello, my name is Mia Castro. I am the teacher in the Blue family and I work with 4-year-olds.
Hello everyone, my name is Edwin Cruz and I am the TK kindergarten teacher at East Los Angeles College Child Development Center. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Jarman. I teach the Red family and our kids are ages 3 to 5.
Hi, my name is Teacher Ruby. I work in the afternoon program and I work with mixed age groups of age.
My name is Aurora Ortega and I'm a teacher assistant.
Hello, my name is Valerie Pignon. I am the teacher assistant in Orange family.
My name is Nancy Claro. I am a teacher assistant in the Green family.
My name is Carmen Moreno. I'm a teacher assistant at the Blue family.
Hernandez and I'm a teacher assistant in Red family. Welcome.
Hello families, my name is Maria Cordova and I am teacher assistant and I work in Gold family.
Welcome.
Center.
Hello everybody and welcome again. My name is Jacqueline Zavala and I'm the vice director here at the program. I hope that everybody is staying safe at home. In the next couple of slides, I will be talking about our mission, our philosophy, and our curriculum. So what is our mission here at the Child Development Center? Where our mission is to serve our families, our parents, and our ELAC students. Okay, so how do we serve our families? We serve our families by providing them with the early childhood education program for their children, a high quality education program. We also serve our families by providing them with resources that they might need. We give priority to low income families because we want them to have access to higher education. Our children here at the program learn through hands-on learning experiences. We also are a lab school setting. What that means is that we serve as a training ground for families. We serve as a training ground for students interested in pursuing a career in early childhood education. Our faculty serve as mentor teachers, and trained future educators so that they can enter the workforce successfully. Our emerging curriculum and philosophy. So our emerging curriculum, our children learn through hands-on learning activities, and learning emerges from their interests. So the teachers plan learning activities based on the interest of the children. Their role is to observe children, listen to their interests, and plan activities around the areas of science, literacy, math, and different areas to support their learning. Our philosophy. We believe that children learn best through developmentally appropriate learning experiences. A child must be an active participant in their learning process. That means that the child is always learning by doing, by exploring their environment, by touching and feeling things. Learning in our program is not passive. Again, it is active. We also believe that every child that walks through our center is unique and special, and they have a lot of ideas to share, and those ideas need to be respected. This is why when teachers form the curriculum, their ideas, thoughts, and curiosities are incorporated into the lesson planning. We also believe that learning experiences must be meaningful. We know that children learn best when they learn about things that are important to them, things that they care about. So all of this encompasses our curriculum and philosophy. And our philosophy is what guides the way we talk to children, the way we interact with children, and the way we present them with learning opportunities. So it's a big and important part of our program. And I think it's one of the things that distinguishes us from other programs. Our classroom environment. I know that due to COVID-19, our center is currently closed, but for those new families, we wanted to show you a glimpse of our classrooms. We do work really hard throughout the year creating a classroom environment that is inviting and welcoming for all families. So in this slide, you see a picture of the entrance of the classroom. Again, it is open and welcoming to everybody. You also see part of our philosophy is to have that home and school connection, which is why you'll see a lot of furnishing that resembles that of home. You'll see like a couch, soft lightings, and pillows, and you'll see the couch towards the entrance of the classroom. That is very, very intentional. The reason why we do that is because we want parents and families and students who come in to feel welcome, to feel like they have a space where they can sit with their child and read them a story, a place where they can connect with their child. So we want to make it as inviting as possible for everybody that walks through our doors. Next, I will be going over the different areas of the classroom. This is how our space is organized. When we reopen, our learning environment will look a little bit different. We will make adjustments, but the material and layout of the classroom, we just wanted to give you kind of a glimpse and know what the children are learning in the different spaces. So this is a picture of the science area. In this space, you'll find a collection of natural materials such as twigs, rocks, pebbles, books about science, puzzles, and things that they can manipulate. There's also a sensory table and a light table so that children can look at things through a different perspective and a different angle. And as children are discovering this material, they're learning about prediction. They're learning about cause and effect. They're learning how to observe, how to create a hypothesis, right? So all these are really important skills that they will need later on in life. And again, all the space is organized in a way that supports children's curiosity and supports children emerging ideas and interest. The art studio, a very popular area in our classroom is the art studio. In this space, you'll find different types of brushes, large, small brushes, different kinds of paint, acrylic, tempera, finger paint, paper, clay, and different materials to allow children to express themselves. In this area, they learn to express themselves, they learn to explore lines, make symbols. As they use the different tools, they develop their small muscle hand movements, and that will help them later on to be able to hold a pencil and be able to write. Usually when children come home, they're very messy, and that's because they were working. They were playing, and most importantly, they were learning as they play. That's a big, big part of our program. And again, they were active participants in their learning journey. Okay, so yeah, this is a really popular area, and sometimes we think, oh, they're just busy, but know that they're doing more than playing in this space. Mathematics and engineering. Okay, I just want to let you know that mathematics is all around our classroom. There's a lot of material around the classroom that will support children developing mathematical skills. However, the space is organized in a way that children can access the material in order to be able to create and develop their ideas. So in this slide, you'll see our kindergarten and transitional kindergarten program where children were actually engineering. They had to sketch, plan, and execute their plan of building a school community using blocks. So as you can see, they were playing with the idea of height, how many blocks are they gonna use, how do I make the structure stand, what shapes am I gonna use? So they're counting, they're sorting different things. In this area, you'll find pencils, markers, paper, a whole bunch of open-ended material. And what I mean by open-ended means that children can use it in different ways to develop their ideas. There's also paper and books. Books, if they're constructing a building, they can access a book and use it as a reference to develop their language and vocabulary and to be able to expand on their ideas. In this space, you'll also find Post-its. And why do we have Post-its in the engineering area? Well, because we want children to begin labeling the different parts of their structure. Where's the window? And teachers begin to play with sounds with children. Window, what sound do you hear? Door, and they start labeling the different parts. So that's how teachers very intentionally incorporate the literacy, the blending and playing with sounds, and the mathematical skills. I know that in this classroom, they began sorting how many squares did you use, how many rectangles, what was the total number of blocks did you use. So they are engineering and they are playing with mathematics, and they are actually using a lot of real materials that engineers would use, a lot of tools that engineers would use to construct. And everything, again, it goes back to our vision of children as being capable. If we introduce in a way and show respect for their capabilities, their potential it can go very, very high. So our role and our goal is support and nurture that potential. Literacy and phonics. So in this picture, you see Esmeralda playing with sounds, pointing from left to right, blending sounds together. In this area, you'll find different game boards, such as bingo, puzzle, word games, and teachers and staff work very, very closely, helping children make sounds, identify letters and words. There's also a lot of materials for them to make collages. Teachers give them opportunities for children to dictate stories, and teachers model writing. There's pencils and markers, and we really want children to really express themselves. A mark means something. They might begin scribbling, and then they start making a line, and then they begin writing a letter. And so it's a really important area that is filled with lots of different kinds of multicultural books, because again, we want to expose children to different experiences and different backgrounds. Dramatic play. So this is another very popular area in our classroom. In this picture, you'll see like the dramatic play resembles a home. You'll see a lot of home-like furnishing, a little couch for them, a little dining table where children can plan a dinner. What is the recipe? How many ingredients do you need in your recipe? So they practice counting skills. There's clipboards and pencils so they can practice writing skills. They play with sounds. They also make believe. they have the ability to use their imagination, to pretend to be somebody else, to role play their favorite uncle or auntie or grandma, and really escape to a different world, a different reality. They also get the opportunity to problem solve. How are we going to build this? Who's gonna cook? Who's gonna serve? Who's going to clean? So there's a lot of decision making going on as they're happily playing and engaging with one another. It's an opportunity for conflict resolution. Believe it or not, there's some disagreements. Some might not want to cook the enchiladas for lunch. They might want to serve something else, and it's a conversation and negotiation skills that happened as they play and discover. This area also gives them the opportunity to develop language as they communicate with one another, and also allows children to deal with their emotions and talk about things that they might be feeling or experiencing. So it gives them an outlet that is safe for expressing their emotions and feelings. And just one more thing, this area can change again depending on the interest of the children. It might change into a doctor's office. It might change into a pet store, and the children are actually part of this process. Well, what do you think you'll find in the pet store? Let's create a list. So in that way, teachers are modeling writing, they're sounding out things, and the children are part of this process. A doctor's office, there might be pictures of doctors or the words spelled out so that children learn vocabulary as well. So next, Edwin is going to go briefly over our virtual daily schedule and classroom schedule. Edwin?
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Jackie. So this is, we wanted to do a little comparison due to COVID in this pandemic. We transitioned into virtual learning. So on the left side, you will see a typical classroom schedule. You will have your welcomes in the mornings. You will have circle time where children meet with the teacher, talk about the day's activities, any topics that they're going to be, reviewing throughout the whole week. We do incorporate free choice exploration time. So basically all the areas of academia that Jacqueline has just stated, free choice is kind of a way for children to go into different developmental areas where they feel comfortable with, based on their interests. We do incorporate music and movement. So we do a lot of dancing, explorations of sounds, explorations of different musical instruments. We do incorporate as well as rest time. So we do believe that children, just like any human being, needs a time to rest, time to relax. So this is kind of like a time to, de-stress the body, reboot our system, reboot our body, so then we can continue on to our learning. We do provide you with three meals a day. So we do have a breakfast time, we do have a lunch time, and a snack time. So meal times are also very important because this is where all of the language development is developed. So we do incorporate a lot of the advanced language and, vocabulary skills that we want the children to have a foundation. So once they move into the next classroom, they're competent and they understand different variations of vocabulary words. We do have an outdoor play, so this is the best time of the day where we can go outside, get some fresh air, get that sunlight that our body needs, and then, pretty much stretch out our body. So we need, physical development. And lastly, we do have departures. So this is when you pick up your child. They share about their day, their experiences, what they've done throughout the day. So on the right side, it's a virtual learning schedule. So this is a kind of like I am the transitional kindergarten teacher. So this is kind of what my classroom schedule looks like. So in the mornings, Monday through Thursday, we have from 9:15 to 9:30, we have yoga time. That's kind of our day. That's how we start our day. And then we go on to having individualized sessions. So since they're a little more advanced, I do incorporate a lot of the one-on-one. So I kind of individualize the activities just to see where they are academically and social-emotionally. So this is where we have like more the one-on-one, it's a little bit more intimate. And then on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we do have large group activity time. So this is where we invite all of our friends to come in into the Zoom, log into the Zoom, and then each day will be a different activity based on the week. And then in the afternoons, we do incorporate story time. So then we do get a little bit more techie with story time. So then we want to incorporate as many things as we can. And then Fridays, we do, it's a little bit more easier where we have Friday share days. So, children love to share, their shiny new toy, maybe a story throughout the week that they want to share with their friends. So this is just a little example of what your schedule can look like, but they vary from classroom to classroom. So I want to talk a little bit about our virtual learning. So it's just a little overview. So we do use this platform, this Zoom. So it's been a different transition for us. So it's been it's been a little difficult towards the beginning. We're all wondering what do you mean virtual learning? What is this going to look like? All of our materials are in our classroom. That's where, that's our comfort zone. So it's like, how are we going to teach children, from the comfort of their home, just, to keep them safe? So then our learning activities are delivered through Zoom. We do develop activities based on STEAM. So we do incorporate sciences, we do incorporate technology. Activities will, be developed through engineering, art, and mathematics. And here's a picture of what I designed for my Zoom class. So every time you wait in my Zoom class, this picture will show up. So this is what it kind of looks like. So then this is teacher Jennifer, a Brad family. So this is their classroom. So then, the learning activities will be delivered through Zoom, and it'll be on a daily basis. So, your schedule will vary depending on your child's classrooms. So we do encourage parents to at least attend 2 times a week. I know it's a little bit different. It's a little bit of our comfort zones. We do believe technology is not healthy, but we're trying to provide as much as quality of education as we can through the comfort of our own homes. So now I'm going to introduce our Green family teacher, Maya Gallegos, and she will be talking a little bit about how we stay connected.
Edwin. Hi, everybody. My name is Maya Gallegos. I am going to be talking to you guys a little bit today about how we're staying connected right now during this remote learning, the different platforms that we are communicating with, and then what kind of the expectations are from you as a family and then the children as well. So we really believe that parent, teacher, and student communication is extremely important for the success of your child. And right now, because we're remote, we are really focusing on the families as well. So because we can't physically be there with your child, we are here to support you in supporting your child. And so we're working very hard to keep up the communication on practically a daily basis. So information will be sent to you through email, and that's usually done Friday afternoons and Monday mornings. And what you'll be getting in that email is the planned learning activities for the week. So like Teacher Edwin showed you, our schedules will be sent to you. And on those schedules, you'll be able to view what we have planned for that week. Once you view that, you can go ahead and plan which meetings you would like to attend. Whether it's a small group or a story time or a large group or music and movement. So you can kind of go ahead and plan your week with your child. You'll also find on that email a supply list. And those supplies are supplies that you will typically find in your home. So it's things that you can gather, it's things that you can recycle, and it's things that you can save. So we're trying really hard to make it so that we're not asking you to go out and buy things. We're using things that you already have in your home. And if you ever run into a time where you don't have anything at your house, you can let your teacher know, and they can always give you a different option. So that's available as well. So for Zoom, we're asking that parents have their child attend at least 2 Zooms on a weekly basis. You can always attend more. There's options to attend more, but we ask that you at least come to 2. And that is because we want you and your child to get the most benefit out of our program as possible. If there's ever a time where you cannot come to Zoom, that's okay as well, but we do want to know. We want to hear from you. We want to make sure that you and your child are doing okay. So you can go ahead and text us, email us, however you want to communicate with us, and let us know that you'll be absent for that week. So that way we can keep track of your child and make sure everything is okay. So that goes right into the weekly parent-teacher communication. So we do need to hear from you weekly. Your child is enrolled in our program, and so we need to make sure that you know, they're safe, you're safe, and that everything is kind of going smoothly at home, and we're supporting you the best way that we can. We also ask that you send at least 2 pictures a week of your child doing at-home activities. This can be going on a walk, it could be playing soccer outside, building inside, baking, any kind of activity that your child is doing with you. So these are some of the platforms that we're using. So Learning Genie and Class Dojo is an app. They're both very user-friendly apps that we will use to communicate with you back and forth, send pictures back and forth, and also books and activities for you. Each classroom runs a little bit differently. So depending on who your teacher is, they will let you know whether they'll be using Learning Genie or Class Dojo and kind of help you get accustomed to that app. We also use email, text messaging, and phone calls. Whatever is your preference is what we will use with you. And then of course we have our face-to-face learning platform, which is our Zoom platform. So this is a little picture of the Class Dojo, just so you can kind of have a visual. And next we're gonna see a picture of the Learning Genie app. So again, both very user-friendly apps for your teacher to communicate with you, so we can have that constant communication throughout the week. So the role of the family. So the role of the family is always very, very important to us. And now more than ever, your role is very important. So what we are asking is that you connect with your child and make sure that they're ready to start their Zoom meetings. And so what that means is that you know that they have rested well, you know that they've eaten and they're feeling okay, and also that the environment that you're setting them up in for Zoom is going to work well with whatever activity they will be doing. So we ask that you make sure that that is ready before you log your child onto Zoom. The other thing is participation. So for our younger children, you will likely need to participate very closely with your child. So if you have a 2-year-old, the expectation is that the parent is also with the child, helping them engage in these activities. As your child gets older, you'll start to see that they become more independent, and you can kind of walk away from them as they're on Zoom with their teacher, and they can just engage with their teacher one-on-one. So for the kindergartners, most parents will put them on Zoom with their materials and their activities, and they'll step away, get on their own meeting, go do their homework or whatnot, take a little bit of a break, and that's perfectly fine. If we need you, we will call you. The other thing we encourage you to do is ask questions about your child's learning. So if you don't understand why we're doing what we're doing, ask us, and that's part of the communication factor. We want to make sure that we're always on the same page with your child's learning and development, and so we are perfectly okay if you need some more explanation as to why we're doing what we're doing. Creating a quiet space and an environment for your child is also very important. We want to make sure that when children are logging onto Zoom for their lessons, that they have a space where they can focus on what the teacher is trying to help them with, whatever activity that is. So creating a quiet space, if you have the space to do so. We know that not all households are the same, but if there is a corner in your house that you can kind of develop into your child's learning area, we suggest that that's the best thing to do. And then lastly, creating an at-home routine and schedule so that children know what's coming next. So it's best that if you are going to log your child on Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, that you try as best as possible to stick to that same routine so they get used to going on Zoom on those days, they look forward to it, and they're ready to engage and to learn. So next I'm going to introduce teacher Nancy. She's our Yellow Family teacher, and she's going to be talking to you more about what virtual learning looks like, and we also have some really great videos to share with you.
Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Maya, so much. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and I have 6 videos that I'm gonna show for you to really get the opportunity to see how virtual learning looks. Not just because COVID-19 closed us down, we're still doing amazing work. The same activities we'll introduce at the center. And right now, I'm gonna demonstrate a balloon experiment video. And from that, besides, here's Teacher Mia from Blue Family, besides engaging and interacting and being a fun activity, what are the children learning, right? With this activity, they're learning chemical reactions, carbon dioxide, cause and effect, prediction, mathematics, measurements, and take a look.
What do you think is gonna happen, Felix? You think it's gonna explode? I can see you think it's gonna explode. All righty, I think we're ready. Are you ready to see?
Do you guys want me to go first or everybody at the same time?
Okay, I think everybody at the same time. Ready? We're gonna lift up our balloon and let the powder in. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, lift.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, it's bubbling.
Oh, there it goes.
Whoa, Andrea, we can't see you.
Oh, Andrea's yours getting really big there. Oh, Felix, look at yours. Whoa, that's amazing. Did anybody's balloon explode?
Amazing, great. And now the second video is early mathematics. Here, besides again being fun, interacting, and being one-on-one, what are children learning? They're learning counting, number recognition, pattern, following along, turn taking, and here is Teacher Edwin.
So everyone clap once and get started. Everyone clap one time. Go, clap one time. Okay. Now clap 2 more times. Everyone clap 2 times. Ready? 1, 2. I see you, Ayan. I see you clapping. Now clap. Let's see. Now clap while you stomp down 3 times on the floor. So if you can stomp on the floor, stomp 3 times and clap 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay. Now clap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now who wants to show me how you can clap 5 times? Raise your hand. Ayana, clap 5 times. Show me. Show us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yay. Nice work, Ayana.
Amazing.
So everyone.
Great. And our next video, we have Teacher Ruby engaging in phonological awareness. And again, besides being very interactive with children, what are they learning? They're learning letter recognition, sight words, phonemic awareness, blending sounds. And you see how children are engaging as well as vocally, as well as using their body movements when they're doing their sounds. Let's take a look at this video next.
Now, that word we learned yesterday. We learned the word cat. Can you say cat?
Cat.
All right, we're going to do it together. Ready?
Oh, no.
Ela, you have to help me together. Ready? The sounds. Remember the song that we sing? We're going to use those hand movements for this word. Ready? Cat. Your shoulder. Your shoulder's going to be the sound A.
Your shoulder, like that.
And your elbow is going to be the sound A. And then your wrist is going to be the sound T. Ready? Together.
Ready?
Together. Ready? Lana, hands out. I need to make sure your hand is out, Lana. Ready? Ah. Ready? Try it again. Ready? Say ah. Ah. Ready? Woo, Lana. Ready? Again, one more time. Ah. Ah. Excellent, Lana. Now blend the sounds. Now.
Perfect. Now this is me. And as you see, there's no children in this clip, but this is used, some of the teachers do record themselves in case children don't have the opportunity to log into a Zoom. So they're able to log into one of the apps and see the video of the teacher conducting an activity and or reading a book. So here is early literacy. And what are children learning besides, looking at this amazing book? We capture the interest of children learning literacy, and as well as learning, developing a love for books, the autonomy of the book, attention maintenance, responsiveness to language, social emotional. And as you see this book, it talks about body, so learning the body parts. Let's take a look. We're gonna sing our special book song so we could cover all the parts of the book. Ready? Here it goes. So we're gonna start with the front. Ready? This is the front of the book, the front of the book, the front of the book. This is the front of the book we're going to read. We're gonna turn it around this way. Do you remember what this is called? This is called the spine. This is called the spine. This is the section that keeps all the pages inside the book together. The spine. This is the spine of the book, the spine of the book, the spine of the book. This is the spine of the book we're going to read. We're gonna turn it around all the way to the back. We're gonna sing for the back section. Ready? This is the back of the book, the back of the book, the back of the book. This is the back of the book we're going to read. We're gonna start with this page right here, and it says, here are my hands for catching and throwing. Look at the little boy catching the ball right here. Can you show me your hands? Can you show me your hands? These are my hands. Can you show me your hands? Great, thank you so much for showing me your hands. Shake, 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 shake. Perfect, let's see what the next page has for us. Here are my feet for stomping and going. Look at the little boy having his feet all the way up. I'm gonna show you my feet. Look, up, here are mine, and I'm gonna stomp them. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Can you stomp your feet? Great. So now this video is about gross motor. And it's the teacher engaging in yoga. And from this, what are children learning? Physical awareness, balancing, being healthy. So let's take a look. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Don't forget to jump. And we're gonna extend our hand. Try to balance. This is our airplane. I'm gonna count. Can you count with me? 1, 2, yeah, look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Beautiful, beautiful. Having so much fun. Makes you want to do it, right? Okay, so now we're here with transitional kindergarten with mathematics. Besides being very engaging, you'll see how Mr. Edwin also uses a whiteboard, which is another tool. You'll see how he engages in this activity. And again, what are they learning when they're conducting this activity? Counting, number recognition, classification, learning to write, and much more. Let's take a look.
Now, what we need to do is we need to tally 55 lines now. So let's get your pencil. So we're gonna start off with 1.
Okay, wait for me. Okay.
Okay, we'll do
1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 across.
There you go. 5 across.
6, and then 7, and then 8, and then 9, and then
10 across. 27.
Okay, 27, 28.
So next, Rosa Mercado and Maria Gutierrez are going to go over enrollment requirements and eligibility requirements that you know how to enroll your children into our program.
Hello, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Rosa Mercado and I work with enrollment at the Child Development Center. One of the Child Development Center's goals, continued goals, is to inform our student parents, our community, faculty, and staff of this vital and essential program and services that are available to meet their immediate family needs. As you have seen with today's presentation, the center is a program that actively strives to provide quality children's educational services. I'm going to be honest with you, COVID-19 has presented us with a lot of challenges, but with our director, Marcia Cajigas, faculty and staff, hard work and determination, they strive to continue enhancing the ways that services are being provided. For example, with the help of our college IT support, we have enhanced the center's online intake enrollment application. How, you might ask? By giving parents the direct access to apply online and submit the required documentation, scanned copies to the Child Development Center via email to cdc@elac.edu. And with that said, I am going to review the enrollment requirements. General requirements for enrollment. Toddlers must be 2 years of age at the time of enrollment. 3 to 5-year-olds must be of age by September 1st of the current year. Priorities given to children of protective services, LACCD students, faculty and staff, community. It is not required, but it is recommended that our children be potty trained. Preschool children should not be enrolled in another program at the same time. I'm also going to now cover our hours of operation. Our goal is, once it's safe for everyone to return, to get back on campus. We have 3 programs that we have available once we resume on campus. We have an all day, which is 7:45 to 3:30. We have a morning program, which is 7:45 to 11:45, and our afternoon program, which is 12 to 4. Our main office and our goal with our office is to assist and address any questions, any concerns that you have regarding our program. But when we're on campus, it's 7:45 to 4. And again, these hours are flexible due to COVID-19. Our teachers are understanding and will work with you directly. And with this, I am going to introduce Maria Gutierrez that will speak to you further regarding the enrollment and its eligibility.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maria Gutierrez, and I will be assisting families in determining eligibility in our program. Due to COVID-19, our center is currently closed. However, we continue to work remotely, and we are now accepting applications for enrollment via email. Applications must be completed fully to determine eligibility and submitted with the requested documentation, such as verification of current total household income, employment, whether it's TANF, your notice of action, unemployment, and or disability benefits. Evidence of family size is required for all children living in the household under the age of 18. Evidence required is birth certificate, hospital record, or a baptismal certificate. A current utility bill is also needed as evidence of where the child resides. Verification of training if you're a student, class printout, educational plan, and the previous semester final grades. Our application is found at our ELAC website, and now our director, Ms. Marcia Cajigas, will guide us on how to find the application.
What we have done here is, in order for you to get the application, we put it online, and Edwin is going to click on the website there. It is on the East LA College website under Student Services, Student Resources, and then Child Development Center. So Edwin, can you go ahead and click on the link? There, he clicked on the link. So you'll see that this is a Child Development Center. You'll notice information on the left-hand side of our typical hours of operation, information about our staff, information on the nutrition that we provide when we're on campus, the curriculum, our philosophy, student experiences, and admission priorities. So right in the middle where it says 2020-21, we have enrollment applications. We have 3 applications, one for kindergarten, transitional kindergarten enrollment, one for preschool enrollment, and one for toddlers. So I don't know, I'll let you pick which one you want to click on. Preschool application. The application is 5 pages long. The first 2 pages are informational, so it gives you some background on who we serve and what documentation that we need. Go ahead and go to the second page, Edwin. The second page again is more information on about the Child Development Center and program hours. Again, typically when we're back in the building. Go ahead, Edwin. So this is the first page of the application, and it does ask for, this application is all fillable, so you can type right into it. Edwin, you're gonna type. All right. So we have Edwin Cruz, and there's his birthday, and whoa, and there's his age. We do need all children who are in the house or who's going to enroll in the program on these one of 3. If you need more space, go ahead and squeeze them in. We have the mother's information, the father's information. We do need, when applying, if you can find some space to include your student ID number, that's always helpful to us. We have information on part 2, it's really about the program and if you're a CalWORKS participant, or how you heard about our services. Go ahead, Edwin. Page 2 of the application. There it is. So again, information about your student status, or whether or not you're a student, your income, any child that's not enrolling in our program, let's say you have a 14-year-old and an infant, you can add them in there, and that is that helps determine family size. And then of course, right now, if you don't have Adobe Sign, then you can actually click on where it says parent and type in your name. We do need original signatures, so once we get back into the building, we can always have you come back and initial those applications, but you can sign it. That would be sufficient at this point. It's in the last page, of course, the last page of the application is a fraud statement. And basically what that is saying is that whatever information you're giving us, whatever documentation that you're giving us is true to your knowledge. And again, as a parent signature, you're just going to click on that parent signature and type your name in, okay? Put your child's name and then your signature. And then what you can do is save this onto, either download it or save it onto your computer, and then you can actually turn around and save that. Okay, so then you can save that onto your computer, and then you can email that to, and I believe Edwin put that into the chat room, the email address, that's cdc@elac.edu. Okay, it'll be helpful in the email if you put information like your name, your student ID, and the name of your child, and that way we can reference that application when we're able to. Okay, so thank you. So now we have some parent testimonials that we'd like to share with you.
Hi, my name is Areli, and my daughter was in the Gold Family Transitional Kindergarten Program. What my daughter liked most about the virtual learning was being able to use the computer, as well as still see that her teacher was following along via the whiteboard and being able to help her, as well as still being able to engage with her friends via Zoom. Supporting my child during this time was made a lot easier with the help of the teachers, by them having the schedule ready before the week started, as well as the supplies that they were going to be needing. The flexibility to use what we had here at the home made things easier as well. My advice to future parents would be to keep your kids as engaged as possible during the time that they are using the virtual learning. I know it's going to be hard because they're going to be in the home setting, but also remember their limits and that it's not always going to go as planned.
My advice to parents that are trying to decide whether to send their kids or not is do it. Try it out. I believe that you get what you put into it, so that if you go and you print out a schedule and you set aside a block of time and say, you know, this is what we're going to be doing, we're going to dedicate our time to this during this time, that consistency creates consistency for our children, which is very important. You know, it builds their communication skills, because now they have to find the words to be heard, you know, in a classroom, in an online classroom. And just print out that schedule, follow it, build consistency in their life, and you know, you'll see growth in them, you know, and you'll be able to provide them with a different you know, a different life other than just, you know, being at home. You can I set aside an area where it's our school area, so we have our table and our desk and our stuff. And, you know, and it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just, you know, oh, we're going to school, and they go to the little designated area. So I feel that's important for children to be able to do.
Hi, my name is Yvonne.
My name is Cody.
Our son was in the Gold family with teacher Edwin.
So what he enjoyed the most about the virtual learning was still being able to connect with his teachers and his classmates, and, you know, not having to just deal with, you know, his mom and I, you know, the entire time, which was good for him. The experience supporting him through it, I think it was a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, but after a while he kind of got into a routine of knowing, you know, usually every Tuesday morning he has a one-on-one class, every afternoon was story time, so it kind of made it a little easier on us to kind of get him situated with everything. And my advice to parents for the future on the virtual learning is just be patient with your children, support them. It's tough for them as well. You know, so just, you know, be there for them, help them out, take a breath, and do what you can to make it as easy on them as you possibly can.
Thank you.
My name is my
Hi,
teacher.
Mia.
Hi.
What have you liked the most about the Zoom classes online?
My teachers and my friends.
You like seeing your teachers and your friends?
Hello, my name is Crystal and I am a parent whose child attends the East Los Angeles Child Development Center. Since the COVID-19, his class has continued to go live on Zoom, where he gets to see his teachers, classmates, and is able to learn at home by doing daily activities. My child looks forward during the week to see his classmates and teachers. He enjoys using his hands with daily home activities. The teacher prepares an agenda for the week. For example, pouring water in a bowl and washing his cars. This teaches them self-care and how to wash his cars with warm and cold water. This teaches him water temperature. My experience I had with my son will be an unforgettable bonding time. It taught me how to engage in teaching my son. Finally, this gives parents quality time and bonding time, which is very essential and important to every child because you get to know more about your child at home, such as dislikes and likes of his learning skills.
Hello, my name is Dora Castillo, and my son Ethan DeLusong was in the Gold Family kindergarten classroom with teacher Edwin. Although the circumstances did change everybody's normal routine, what my son did love the most about the virtual learning is that he was still able to interact with all of his friends and all of his teachers, and that motivated him every day to attend all of his Zoom meetings and complete all of the activities. Assisting my son through the virtual classes did make me feel more engaged in his school education, as well as gain more respect and get much more closer to all of his teachers, which I appreciate very, very much for all of their work and hard work and patience that they do have for our students. My advice for any future families that will be enrolling in this amazing school is that they have nothing to worry about and their children are in great hands with such an amazing staff and teachers that are passionate and caring. And I would like to thank Teacher Edwin and Teacher Maria personally for changing my son's life, and we will never forget you, and thank you so much for all of your hard work. It's always appreciated every day. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name's Annette and my daughter is Maya from the Child Development Center Green Family. Maya's been part of the Green Family since November 2019, and as a mother, I was anxious and nervous to send her to the center and to send her to school. But as an educator, I knew that she needed that interaction and learning experience that Child Development Center would be able to give her. Since day one, the instructors were very warming and welcoming and put those worries at ease. At least the worries that I had, because Maya was ready to go to school. When they went remote learning, a little bit of worriness came back. You know, how would she get those interactions? How would she get her learning experience that she needed to go to kinder? The teachers were awesome since day one. They gave us their support. They made themselves available 24/7 through texts, emails, phone calls, and incorporated Zoom courses and Zoom classes. We had weekly calendars that were so helpful because it reminded us to keep our kids intact with what they needed to learn, as well as gave us some interactions to be able to teach our children, not only ourselves, but also incorporate what the teachers were teaching them through Zoom. Maya looked so forward to her Zoom classes that the day that she didn't have Zoom, she would ask me, when am I going to have class again? And she looked forward to those activities that she would do on her own here at home, either with herself, by herself, or with me. Those were her homework, and she loved them. When we went into remote learning, Maya knew how to count up to 10. Now she knows how to count up to 30. She also only knew how to write her letters. For the most part, she knew all of them. She missed maybe a couple of them. Now she knows how to write all of them, as well as some of her sounds. And she's very interested, and when she speaks, of sounding out the letters, especially, you know, the first letter of each word. So that those worriness that I had going to remote learning are no longer there. They weren't there a lot since almost at the beginning. she has been able to not only learn from her instructors through Zoom, but she loves seeing the interaction that she is able to get with some of her classmates still. So I'm so thankful that Maya has amazing teachers that go and be above and beyond to give her the experiences, and not only the learning experience, but the memorable experiences being from home and going from remote. Thank you.
The best advice I can give to future parents enrolling in this program is to take advantage of this amazing team. Teachers and staff have one goal, and it's for your child to succeed. And they are there every step of the way, just like family.
Okay, so that is the end of our presentation. And before we take questions or I answer some that were in the chat box, I just wanted to give a huge thank you to Jackie, and who shows so much passion for what she does, to Edwin, our technology guru, Nancy, Maya, Rosa, Maria, and all the faculty and children who participated in our video clips, and a big, huge thank you to the parents who provided the testimonials. So thank you guys. I really appreciate everything that you've done for this. So there were a few questions that were asked and I answered in the chat box. So please make sure to look at the chat box. Really important questions. One I'd never heard of. Somebody from Atlanta wants to play with us, wants to enroll in our program. So that's a new one for me. But one really important one that was asked about when we plan on reopening. Well, I will tell you that I have been part of the discussions with the district. Oh, sorry, hold on a minute. There it is. I have been part of the conversation at the district office about reopening. And, you know, as you all know, if you're students on campus, that we do have that all fall courses will be remote this semester in fall. And it looks like the Child Development Center will also continue with remote learning or distance learning in the fall. I'm not, I would like to see something different, but at this point, it's out of my hands. So we will continue this wonderful distance learning that we have been working with our staff, that they've done an amazing job. If I get the opportunity to open earlier, I want you to know that I will. But there's a lot of things that have to happen before that happens. We want to make sure that your children are safe. We want to make sure that the staff is safe, and we want to make sure that you know, everybody is safe and nobody's going to get sick. So that's ultimately where we're at with that. Okay. We do have, we have created a plan that involves, if you're enrolled in our program, you know that we clean and disinfect and wash our hands. You know, the 20-second rule, we've been practicing that for years, and we continue that. So we developed a plan that goes above and beyond these tasks, these daily tasks that we do. So it includes more washing and disinfecting. It includes temperature taking. It includes asking families if they've been around anybody who is positive for COVID. It involves asking if anybody's been sick. So we have a huge layout of this huge plan on what we do when we return to the building. So I ask for your patience. I ask for continued prayers, and I ask for so that we can continue with, you know, that everybody is healthy and safe. And Brian, I hope that answered your questions. If you have anything else, does anybody have a question right now? Don't leave that.
I have a question.
Who is it?
This is Adriana.
Adriana, yes.
My question is, I did the application online and I submitted supporting documents, but I did not submit the
birth certificate and the utility bill. So that would just be sent as an addendum, correct?
Yeah, so when you apply and there's something missing or you're having a challenge, include that into your email. So you know what, I know these two documents are, how can I add that as part of the email when you send it? And then Rosa or Maria will answer you back on that, okay?
Marcia, if I may add, it does help if they address the child's name when they send those addendums. It just makes it easier.
Okay, yeah, I did something. So I know we have some questions. Okay, so Jose, your question is, are children taught different things according to their age? One of the teachers, Edwin, Maya, Debbie, Jennifer, anybody want to jump in on that one? I know the answer, but does anybody want to jump in on it? Sure. Who's that? Who's jumping in? Debbie, are you going to take?
I'll jump in because I'd like to say, when my daughter went to ELAC CDC back in the day, she wasn't ready for kindergarten because of her age, but teacher Martha graciously put her in the higher level learning class because she was ready for more information and was able to work with the material. And so then I ended up putting her in a private school kindergarten, even though public school didn't take her, and she was doing very well in the classes. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you,
The
Adriana.
answer is yes.
That was an excellent parent testimonial. So I appreciate
that. So yeah, and a lot of our classrooms right now are mixed age groups. So for example, I have 2-year-olds and I also have 5-year-olds. So my weekly schedule, it specifies what activities are for which age group. So I'll say like this is for 2 to 3, this is geared towards 3 to 5. And then when we do the individual Zooms, those are definitely geared towards their developmental level. For the younger ones, we don't necessarily do one-on-ones quite yet unless they're ready, because their attention doesn't hold as long. So it's more story times, music times, hands-on activities. But to answer your question, yes, it is geared towards their developmental level. And then I think somebody also asked about the time range. So we typically plan our Zooms 30 minutes at a time. Again, based on developmental level, if you have a 2-year-old and they're done after 15 minutes, that's okay. They can log off. And then for the older children, in like Teacher Edwin's classroom, he's starting to challenge them a bit more, and he's starting to plan his Zooms at an hour length. So we're going to always go by what your child is ready for.
Thank you, Maya. And you know, everybody, all the teachers have done exceptional in big, you know, even in distance learning or remote learning, trying to address what the children's interests are, right? So between the science and the math and the collage and the yoga, these are things we normally do at the Child Development Center. So it's been quite exciting to see what the instructors and their staff have put together. They're amazing. Okay.
We have another question in the chat room, Marcia, about class size.
Okay, so
it says when children are safe to go back in a classroom setting, will the size of a classroom be smaller or the same?
So right now we have a requirement through licensing and the public health department that our class sizes, when we get into the building, and if COVID is still thriving, then we only have 10 children in a classroom. For those of you who know our building or know our classrooms, that's a lot of space for 10 children. Okay, for those of you who don't, trust me, it's a lot of space for 10 children. The teachers, when we get back into the building, we'll be planning activities that will probably either use the whole classroom, or have individual bags for children to have as manipulatives and their own set of crayons, their own set of manipulatives. They will be washed daily. They will, this plan that we have created addresses all of that. So at the most, if COVID is still in place and the stay-at-home or the safer-at-home orders are still in place and we open, it's 10 children per classroom. Okay.
Marsha, before we continue to the next question, I believe teacher Jennifer wanted to say something.
Sure, Jennifer.
I did. I wanted to jump in on the how does this look for different ages. I'm sorry, it was really noisy in my house right about then and I couldn't jump in. So, you know, I have a mixed age group, so I have some siblings in my classroom. So one will be older and ready for more, and another will, you know, be younger and their attention span is still growing. So teachers know this. Just if any parents are concerned about, teachers know this. And I try to have activities where it's designed that they can both participate, but when the younger child is done, they're done. You know, they might go play, they might wander to go do something else, and we try to help them build that attention span as we go. But just so you know, our teachers, you know, I think that sometimes I have noticed that parents sometimes feel a little uneasy because they feel like I have to make sure my child is doing what they need to do and paying direct attention the whole time. You know, we expect that children are going to get distracted. That's part of being a child. And so we want you to know that we're not coming from a place of judging how your child is, judging what your home life is, judging your parenting skills. We're not doing that. We're there to be a support. We're there to be a support, and life is messy. Life is messy. And so if something messy is happening in your house, that's okay. It's okay.
Thank you, Jennifer. That's a really important point to make, and thank you for addressing that. I had a question from Claire about job opportunities as a child development major. Claire, 6 months ago, I would have said, come over, we'll take anybody, we'll take everybody. We love training students. Right now, we're in a little quandary here. When we get back into the Child Development Center, we will start slowly building as our enrollment is allowed to increase. We will be accepting more people, okay, to work, because that's an important component of our program, is working with and mentoring and guiding future early childhood educators, right? So Claire, don't lose hope. I haven't yet, so you know, keep us in mind, okay? Don't forget about us, Claire. All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I know Reina asked a question about fees. Now, this is a bit of a sticky wicket. We did get some clearance, some guidance, excuse me, from the state just recently. There are fees will be assessed, and we're trying to find through our state grant, okay? And we are trying to currently figure out how to have non-students pay fees when they will be due, okay? We should have more guidance on that soon. And trust me when I say I have been bombarding the state of California with emails and they're ignoring me. But I am on top of it, okay? I'm looking at it. I'm looking for guidance on that, okay? So hang tight. We'll see what more information we can have from that, okay? Was there another question?
Yes, there's another question. What is the start date?
Okay, so we are, okay, Rena. Our start date is ongoing. We're running through summer. So again, we are working diligently trying to create some procedures on how to enroll virtually. I've been on a committee with a few directors and some of my own staff here with actually Maria and Rosa to work on how to collect documentation. For some people, again, who have Adobe Sign, it's easy peasy. And for some people who have limited computer skills, it's a little more of a challenge. So we're trying to figure out a balance where everybody, where we can enroll as everybody that we possibly can. Okay, so bear with us. I'm hoping, I know Rosa isn't showing her face, and that's a good thing, where I'm hoping to start enrolling as soon as possible. Okay, so bear with us. Okay, so now that we have finished our presentation, I know there's been a lot of questions on the chat rooms. I'll answer a couple of them right now, and then I'll open it up to other people, okay? I know somebody asked, Okay, these are trying times right now that we're all going through. Okay, the faculty and staff at East LA College, we have all turned a program around from 1 week to the next. We've undergone massive amounts of training, whether it's through Zoom, Google Docs, state trainings about social justice, keeping safe, self-care. All these things are important. Our district provides our staff with services because and they know that we're all under a tremendous amount of stress because of COVID-19. So we have done the best we can. I also recognize that families are struggling. I had my 3 nieces living with me for about 4 months of COVID-19 and trying to conduct a meeting and do trainings when I had a 12-month-old, a 2-year-old, and an 8-year-old. My intention was a challenge. So I understand the challenges that as parents you have trying to study or go to work or conduct meetings yourself. So is it realistic to have your 3-year-old in a program? That's the only thing I can say is it's really a choice that you need to make for yourself. I want you to know that we are required by the state to have at least 2 contact meetings with the families. Now, what those contact meetings look like are, if it's 2 Zoom sessions or emails where we give you the lesson plans and then you work with them, with your children. We don't want to add extra stress to you. That's the last thing we want to do. We do need to remain compliant with our state regulations. So we do need at least 2 types of communications with you weekly. So ultimately the decision is yours. Okay, again, we don't want to add extra stress to you. But we will definitely work with you, okay, on what that looks like. Somebody asked, I believe Jesse asked if we were, who decides if the Child Development Center is open? And are we essential workers? Well, we are essential workers. We, as the governor of California, Governor Newsom has said that childcare is an essential, we are all essential workers in the field of child development. Our administration, our board of trustees, the president's administration has recommended that we don't open. As you know, LA County right now is really blowing up with more and more cases of COVID. And it is still our responsibility to keep staff and families and children safe. So until we are safe, until the administration feels that everybody will be safe, that's when we will open. There was another question regarding issues in the community. How do we work with children on that? Well, we work with children and we try to be as honest as we can with what's happening in our communities. A couple of years ago when LAUSD teachers were on strike, we have an elementary school right across the street. We supported the teachers when they were picketing by making signs and picketing with them. Okay, so during this COVID-19, this pandemic, it's no different. We have encouraged children and we worked with children for the last 30 years to wash their hands, 20 seconds. And you can ask any faculty member, that's the biggest challenge, to get somebody to wash their hands for 20 seconds. That's singing happy birthday at least twice. Okay, so and maybe the ABC song once. So it's a challenge. But hand washing has never been something. This is not anything new to us. We do this all the time. Okay, and so we try to be as honest as we can with the children with what is happening, and we tell them at their age level what's happening. Okay, our teachers, our faculty. We have 10 faculty members who work in the Child Development Center. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe 4 of us have Now, 5 of us have master's degrees. 4 of us teach on campus in the Child Family Education Studies Department. So we teach future early childhood education educators how to be teachers. We teach these child development classes. The other teachers, I'm not adding correctly right now, 5 or 6 teachers have their bachelor's degree in child development. Okay, so, and they have, on top of that, they have years of experience. I would say at least 10 to 15, 20, 30, me 40 years in the field of child. I started very young. We do have some of our instructors who are mentor teachers. Actually, all of our instructors are mentor teachers. So even in the classroom, we have practicum students. We have students who are want to gain experience to become teachers. And the teachers, they're never left alone with the children, but our teachers guide them and mentor them on how best to talk with the children in a positive way, how to discipline children in a positive manner, and how to work with children either with challenging behaviors or with anything that you can possibly imagine. So we run an excellent program. And I'm extremely proud of the faculty and staff. Number one, before I continue with this, I want to thank, before I forget, I want to thank the committee who put this together. Jacqueline Zavala, who shows constant passion for working with children. Edwin Cruz, who's our technology guru. We have Nancy. Teacher Maya was out sick today. She couldn't be here, but she put so much effort into this. Maria and Rosa. We have our teachers, Jennifer, I think Mia, who's in here, Ruby, you know, the teachers, the children, the student workers, the classified staff. Thank you so much for your passion and for the work that you do with young children. And actually you all make me look good. So thank you again. That being said, are there any other questions in the chat room, Edwin, that I missed? I thought I got most of them.
I believe that majority of them. But if anybody else has questions, you're more than welcome to use the raise your hand feature, and then we'll get to as many people as we can.
And then if you can't get to that, you can raise your hand and we'll scroll through. Sometimes I have to do that because I can't. Our parents have submitted applications back in June of 2020. When will we hear confirmations? Jacqueline, we are in the process of trying to communicate with all parents who have applied. We're trying to put ourselves together within the next couple of weeks, right, Rosa, to get our processes in place. Okay, so you'll be hearing from us very soon, I promise. Anybody else? No? We were that good? Just kidding. Well, if there's no more questions, you know, again, thank you for being here. I know it's late, and I know you've all had a long day. So remember to be safe. Wear your mask. And if you have any other questions, please email Rosa at cdc@elac.edu. Okay? Thank you so much.